An American top team taking on an independent fighter from Ottawa down the road, Jonathan Flores. 205 the heavyweights. We'll see what these guys weighed in at, but always bring in the entertainment, the heavyweights. Let's get our fighter introductions going. Here is Jeff Hobbs.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third and final prelim fight of the evening. It's sponsored by Dos Bros, and it is in the light heavyweight division. It's scheduled for three-minute rounds. Your first fighter, fighting out of the Allure Properties blue corner. He weighed in at 202.6 pounds. He makes his amateur debut here tonight. He's representing American top team out of Atlanta, Georgia. Let's hear it for Anton Brown.
So here comes Anton Brown from American Top Team in Atlanta, Georgia. Brown, a 32-year-old, 6'3", works at American Top Team with some guys not only that are really talented, but one in Antoine Jennings, who we're going to see later on the card. Atlanta and that American Top Team card, they'll come down to Chattanooga. They go to Knoxville, Nashville to get some fights.
They were good. They were good camp. It's run by Ron Carnerio, UFC veteran, known as Jucal. He's one of my heroes. He's a fantastic fighter. They're tied in good with ATT Lima. Douglas Lima, Diego I fought on The Ultimate Fighter, another buddy of mine. They're doing big things. That's the premier camps to be at in Atlanta. So we're going to expect to see big things out of Anton Brown.
Yeah, Mike Galatello, Devorius Tubbs, Antoine Jennings, who we're going to see a little bit later on the card. Actually, he'll be in the next bout taking on Frank Gallardo from Agoge Combative. So that's a pretty nice camp versus camp matchup.
Oh, that's an exciting one.
Yeah, that's on the undercard. That is coming up. You see Anton Brown in the inspection zone. So Anton Brown, his debut out of American Top Team, and Jonathan Flores will be making his debut as well. So we'll see how ready these two guys are for their event. Can you remember where you were from a mental standpoint before your debut?
Oh, I
even as an amateur?
So I went straight pro because I started in 2006. They didn't have amateur back then. Was fighting some college wrestler. He was eventually on The Ultimate Fighter, Mark Stevens.
Okay.
6 months of training. I didn't know what to expect. It was a lot of mystery out there.
Were you solo? Were you in a camp? Or where?
I was in a camp, Rhino Fight Team in New Jersey.
Okay.
Frankie Edgar hooked me up with that camp when we were training together. But honestly, if I could do it again, I would have told if I was the coach, I would have waited to put me in a little bit. I won, but I would have waited probably another year.
Interesting. Why so?
Because I made some mistakes in a few fights later that were dumb mistakes that I could have used an amateur career to get the kinks out. You know, you end up doing something dumb to somebody you're much better than. It could really cost you.
Yeah. And thankfully for you, it still worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it worked out good. Now I'm in Chattanooga. I made it to commentate on Aries fights. I'll drive the Lambo home after this.
Nice.
And by the way, Anton Brown with the Tupac walkout. Gotta love it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And he's put together as Anton Brown. We got to look at him as he's in the inspection zone. It's taking a little bit longer than normally. Yeah, I wonder if they might be clipping some nails there.
I think they're just checking out his abs. I think he stole ours.
Yeah,
they
especially yours. Yeah, I think they're doing some last minute nail clipping. Kind of hate to see that. Want those guys to be ready to go going in.
Well, good call by the ref. Sometimes they let that slide because it isn't the biggest thing. I mean, if it slips through, it's really not going to affect the fight.
Well, and then, eye pokes are bad enough, much less.
And his opponent, fighting out of the Knoxville Mortgage Brokers red corner. He weighed in at 217.8 pounds. He's making his amateur debut here tonight. He's an independent fighter from Ottawa, Tennessee. This is Jonathan Rhino Flores.
So Rhino, Jonathan Flores, another independent fighter, so we'll see where that shakes out. Flores, 6 feet tall, 23-year-old out of Ottawa, Tennessee, working with Bill Lambert, high school wrestling background for Flores, also making his debut. So we'll see what Flores brings to the table.
He's got a wrestling background. So wrestling is a martial art, and it's probably the hardest to learn as an adult. So there's there's a saying like, is he a wrestler? Is he a wrestler?
Right.
You know, that kind of gives you a chip, because a lot of guys don't want to fight wrestlers. And it's the only martial art you could do in high school.
Well, and then you got to wonder where else is the game? Is the game wrestling, or is there more to his game? All right, we are ready for our third bout of the night here on the prelim portion of our card at Aries Fight Series 1 in Chattanooga. This bout presented by Dos Bros. It's a heavyweight bout at 205, 3-minute rounds. Our Anton Brown is in the black trunks, blue glove tape. Jonathan Flores, black trunks, red glove tape, and we are underway. Hair versus no hair. Another way to tell the difference, and we're underway.
We're going to be competing for the hair clubs for men after this.
Flores cautious, sticking the jab a couple of times.
Jonathan holding his hands up high. He might have some striking experience, not just wrestling. I like how high he's holding his hands. They're not sagging down. Anton Brown with some of those theatrics, though. Staying real loose, stay unpredictable. He's got a heck of a reach, too. Big shot.
Jab. Oh, my
Big
goodness.
right hands by Anton. It looks like he's trying to rock in that rear naked choke standing.
That was a jab that just put him down.
He's going to pull him back.
Tap. It's over. It is over.
What a sub on the way down. Tapped him
Wow.
on the way down.
Goodness. And didn't even need the official, the ref didn't even need to call the cage grab. But it is over. A quick win for Anton Brown in his debut out of American Top Team in Atlanta. I think the fans are kind of stunned, like, wow, what just happened?
Good show of sportsmanship right here. Antoine gave over, shook hands. Look, here we go. He's pulling that rear naked choke.
Yes, two-handed cage grab.
Which made it worse for him. Jonathan made it worse for himself. He should have had his hands fighting the neck.
Right.
Because that's what's choking you. You take him away from your neck, he's not going to let go.
I think that Anton Brown was in the inspection zone twice as long as he was in the cage.
Yeah, his walk was longer than his sub.
Wow.
And we got to see a couple of flips out of him.
Yeah, and showed some style in there, changed stances, and I think it was a jab that actually started that finish. And I mean, pretty impressive that he's got that kind of power to get things started with a jab.
Yeah, well, look at him. He's got a good reach. He's big, muscular, and it came in nice and straight and stiff. Jonathan was stunned. It didn't see it coming. It really, really caught him off guard. And
All right. Sorry, Tom. Ready to make this official? We go back to the cage
Ladies
here.
and gentlemen, your referee, Luke Miller, stops this bout at 46 seconds of the first round. Your winner by choke, out of the Allure Properties blue corner, Anton Brown.
Anton Brown, I can't wait to see him fight at Aries again.